Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let me also add my welcome to the second edition of India Today Conclave South in Hyderabad. Hridaya Purvaka Swagatam. I hope I got it right. Last year, when we did the first India Today Conclave in Chennai, I was struck by the region's vibrancy and vigor. Encouraged by the response we received there, we decided to make the Conclave South an annual feature. This year, we have brought it to Hyderabad. Over the next 2 days, as you've heard, you will listen to visionary chief ministers, intrepid businessmen, actors with enormous followings, scientists and technologists who will show you the future, and powerful women who will speak their minds. Hyderabad is a very old capital of India's newest state, Telangana, which has turned out to be a healthy, bouncy baby indeed. Created in 2014, Telangana is already winner in 2 categories, economy as well as environment and cleanliness, in India Today's 2017 State of States report. Telangana topped the 2016 World Bank Ease of Doing Business rankings. It also saw a 10.1% growth in gross state domestic product in 2016-17, much higher than the national GDP growth. South India has always been ahead of the growth curve. It has been the playground of history, home to the wealthiest kingdoms and the most adventurous travelers and the greatest faiths in the world. That plurality is as alive now. Of the 6 powerhouse states of the South, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and Puducherry, 3 are run by powerful regional parties, 2 by the Congress, 1 by the left. In a country increasingly being painted a monolithic color, it stands out for its autonomy and diversity. It has produced and continues to produce some of the most dynamic leaders India has seen. Its 6 chief ministers currently are brand ambassadors for their states as much as chief evangelists. They are perfect partners too in what is a jugalbandi of development under the new mantra of cooperative federalism. The transition from change seekers to change makers is evident everywhere. The transformation in these states is the stuff of prospective B-school studies. Each of these leaders has created distinctive schemes such as Mission Kakatiya and Mission Bhagiratha in Telangana, and the Andhra Pradesh fiber grid scheme leveraging new technologies and a modern 21st century capital, Amravati in Andhra Pradesh. The 6 states are a laboratory of development with a combined GDP of over $400 billion, which when put together are among the top 30 economies of the world, contributing over 22% of India's GDP and 23% of India's employment. They account for 1/5 of India's population, but contribute 1/3 of its tax revenues. It is projected that South India will become a $1.2 trillion economy by 2020, which will be about 1/3 of India's economy. This has also meant better social indicators. The 6 states are among the 10 with the lowest percentage of population below poverty line. The impact of infrastructure improvement has begun to show with the quality of improving in rural and urban areas too. The South's urbanization rate is higher than the national average. More households have electricity. The literacy rate is higher. It also produces over 35% of India's engineering graduates, nearly half its medical graduates, and 1/4 of its postgraduates every year. Its great cities, its fine cultural traditions, and its proud linguistic heritage make it a magnet for the world, not only now, but through history. In a way, Hyderabad is a microcosm of everything the South stands for. In very few cities of the world do so many centuries coexist. Hyderabad is one of them, home to the dynasties of all religious persuasions and trades of all kinds. This is a unique cultural hub. Tehzeeb is the word used often to describe its ethos. 4 of the 5 most valued tech companies, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, and Apple, have their largest offices outside US in Hyderabad. It's the 5th largest contributor to India's overall GDP, and it's the country's biotech capital. The Telugu film industry based in the city is the country's 2nd largest producer of motion pictures, and in some years pips Bollywood in the number of films it makes. It's the home of Bahubali phenomenon. So clearly, Hyderabad knows the value of a good story. As journalists, we're also constantly in search of a good story, and we'd like to call ourselves the storytellers of modern India. Over the next 2 days, you will find us discussing all the hot-button issues of the day, whether it is Kannada nationalism, saffron expansionism, or religious extremism. My experience of the first India Today South conclave was a stimulating one, as it was memorable. I hope to repeat that in Hyderabad and take back with me to Delhi not only an extra helping of your halim and biryani, but also your tehzeeb. Clearly, Dr. Ambedkar knew what he was talking about when he proposed Hyderabad as the 2nd capital of the country. It has all the amenities and the grandeur of Delhi, he said, and it is a far better city. And who can argue with a man who wrote the Constitution? So, ladies and gentlemen, I am delighted to be here in Hyderabad. And let me welcome you again to the 2nd India Today Conclave South. Enjoy the conclave. Dhanya Vadalu.